And welcome back. Today I am with MECOOL and I'm going to be testing out their new KS3 soundbar. Always excited to test something like this out because you get a speaker, a good one, and then you also have all your stuff built in, all your apps. So yeah, if you guys are brand new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Always have to bring you guys some really good stuff. I do have a TV set up back there so that way we could set this thing up and see exactly how it looks like. Yeah, check the description below because I will leave a link with a coupon code. That way you guys can get a pretty good deal with this. Now this one is Netflix certified. It does have Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. It's going to be a 40-watt soundbar. Mid-load speakers, got 2 speakers for your mids, 2 for your tweeters, and then 4 for your passive. So very nice how it has. So 8 total speakers in here. Wi-Fi 5, and it's going to have your dual band 2T2R, and then Bluetooth version 5. Yeah, you do have all the apps, Android TV already all built in. So 4K HDR Ultra, AV1. You're going to have tons of apps here. So Android version 12. So yeah, let's see exactly what we get inside the box, and then we are going to set this thing up. So cool. First thing you see is the unboxing. You see how this thing looks like. Very easy and nice. And I could already feel the weight on this thing. It's not light, so you already know you're getting something premium. Now you do have another box here at the bottom. So there you go. You do have your instruction manual. You do have your products do's and don'ts. So make sure you do read this so you know you're not doing something bad and then you break your stuff. As far as your remote goes, you do get a very good remote. I was able to test this out earlier, and this remote has everything that you need. You have your YouTube, Netflix, Prime. It looks like you got a fast button there. You got your home, Google Assist, and then all your buttons there, including some of your shortcuts. So very nice. You do have your HDMI cable here. That way you guys could hook that up. And then of course you do have a power. Make sure you do open this up on the bottom because it was kind of like hidden underneath. So yeah, and because I'm in a different region right now, that's why my plug looks a little bit different. But just depending on what region you're in, the plug is going to match to your country. Okay, so let's go ahead and open this guy in, just making sure there's nothing inside. I got to tell you guys, this speaker, like, I can tell it is going to be extremely nice. The weight on this thing is awesome. I know I've said that a couple times, but just the weight, yeah, quality on this thing is extremely high end. The felt on the sides all the way around just feels extremely high end. Now on the very top, you do have some buttons here. So if you're not using your remote, you do have your power. Looks like a settings button, Bluetooth, plus minus, because you're going to be your volume and stuff like that. On the bottom, you do have some rubber stops here. So depending on how you set it up, this makes it so that way it doesn't slide around. And then right back there, right here, you have some more options. So you do have your power, you do have your HDMI, your LAN, your the HDMI is going to be an eARC HDMI, so keep that in mind. That's a very smart HDMI to have. You do have a USB, you have your Ethernet, and then a reset pinhole. So let's go ahead and set this up. It should be extremely simple. Power to power, HDMI to HDMI on the TV. Turn it on, and that's it. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so here we go. I went through all the steps already. I kind of like fast forward all the steps for you guys. It's all pretty simple and straightforward. Just follow the on-screen instructions as you are doing all of that. As you can see at the top, it does say home and apps. So I always like to come here to device preference and then just check the about and the system update. And I always get the system update saying that it's already been updated, but I always do it 2 times just to be sure. And then I always do a restart. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Just keep in mind up there it does say home and updates, so that way you guys can see if there is some extra tabs. So let's go ahead and do the restart now. All right, so here we go. It looks like some of the updates are going through now. You do have Okay, the TV just talked to me. It does say shop at the top now, and it's just telling you that there is some updates coming through. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit dismiss now. But as far as your home screen goes, you have some of your updates, your favorites, so you could always add more stuff here if you want. You have your Netflix, Prime. Some of the stuff is going to be subscription apps. So as you guys already know, some of it's already there. So right now I got a notification that says update your remote. So there's an update going through. So anytime you get stuff like that, just let it do its thing. You do have this new shop here. So if you want to rent or buy any movies, this is where you're going to find it. Also for your apps, this is out the box. You do have Netflix, YouTube, Google Play Movies and TV. So this is for renting or buying. Also YouTube Music, your Google Play Store, app key definition. So that way you can customize your app. You do have a TV app here. Also your Prime Video and your Google Play. Make sure you guys do check this one out here. So it does have tons of stuff there. As far as your settings goes, you guys already know it has tons of options here when you are wanting to set stuff up. I'm going to show you guys how to set up some speakers on another episode. That way you guys know exactly how it works. So let's go ahead and go to YouTube. That way we could test out. I'm going to actually do one of the songs here, How's It Supposed to Feel from Netflix. Okay, so here we go. So we do have the, well, you know, everything's running through the speaker. So we're gonna check out that How's It Supposed to Feel, so that way you guys could see, or you guys could actually hear how it sounds like. So there's a speaker right there. Everything is running through that little speaker. Let's go ahead and run the song.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time for the pain.
So I have to say the speaker sounds really good. The voicing on there is very clear and clean. As you can see, the quality too looks very, very good. So let's go ahead and go over to the Google Play. We're gonna get AIDA64. That way we could see the specs on the device itself. So there you go. Because I am running the Google Play Store, I could definitely see AIDA64. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in here so that way you guys can see exactly what the specs say. All right, here we go. It is running an Amlogic chipset. The speaker has 32 gigs, advertised as 32 gigs of internal storage, and you're left with almost 26 gigs. That's really good. For your RAM, you have 4 gigs of power on that. That's awesome. CPU, you are running a quad ARM Cortex A55 at 64-bit. Your display, it is running at full 4K, which is great. GPU, Mali G31. Yeah, this thing has a lot of power. I got to tell you guys, it is a lot of power. Android version 12, device is not rooted, API level at 31. Your codecs, so the most important thing is, does it actually read the 4K content? So as far as the speaker goes, this is going to be for your audio. You do have your C2 and OMX decoder and C2 and OMX encoder. So you do have, this is going to be all your Amlogic stuff, LATM, 3GPP, AMR, FLOC, ALA, MLAW, MPEG, Opus, RAW, and Vorbis. I'm already used to saying like all of this stuff here. But the other stuff that you're going to be very excited about is it does have DTS HD built in. So all your surround sound stuff is going to be ready. There is your DTS, your AC3, DTS-E, EAC3, yeah, FF, MPEG, and MPEG L2. Just some incredible stuff here with this little speaker. I should say this big speaker. It's a good size soundbar. Not too big and it's not small either. For your video, you do have VP8 and you are going to be very, very happy here. You have your codec specifically from OMX Amlogic Dolby. You're going to have your Dolby Vision DVHE, DVAV, and DAV1. You also have some awesome decoders of AV01, 3GPP, HEVC, XMotion, MPEG-2, MP4 VES, VP8, VP9. You also have your H263, H264, M4 VES, HEVC, and then your other VP8s, VP9s. So everything that you're going to want to have with your Ultra HD, your 4K quality content, and even future proofing it for 8K stuff, it's going to be here. It's going to be able to read it. And already the resolution's picking it up at 4K. So this is a very, very powerful soundbar. Okay, so there is your soundbar right there. The audio sounds extremely good. And I got to tell you guys, it is built in for everything that you want. You could add so many apps on there because the storage is so big. 32 gigs of storage is a lot of space to do a lot of damage. Most of these apps are pretty small, but even if you're adding third-party apps, you're gonna be fine. Even some of the K apps and all that stuff that you're adding with all the third-party add-ons, everything is gonna be extremely good and it's gonna sound very good. It's gonna be able to read everything, display everything, and it's gonna sound very, very nice. So stay tuned to a future episode because we are going to expand it. They do have surround sound speakers and they also have a subwoofer. That way you can make this, I believe it's going to be a 7.1 surround sound with the whole setup. Stay tuned to a future episode. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you guys check the description below because we will leave a link for this. With all that being said, you guys take care of each other. See you guys in the next one.